بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. صدق الله العظيم. Alhamdulillah, respected brothers and sisters, before we begin the dua of Khatm, mashallah, Hafiz Jawed and all the Huffaz, may Allah Ta'ala reward them immensely. Please say Ameen. Allah Azza wa Jal reward them according to His majesty, inshallah. Allah reward them beyond measure, that they stand with this miracle which is called the Qur'an, and they recite it for us every single one of these nights and these Mubarak nights of Ramadan. May Allah Azza wa Jal bless them eternally, inshallah. So already the dua qunut, which is a beautiful dua, asking Allah Azza wa Jal to help the Muslims that are suffering around the world. This dua, alhamdulillah, has already happened. And inshallah, before we begin the dua of Khatm, just a few words. What is the meaning of this night, brothers and sisters? This night that we gather together, in reality, the 27th night of Ramadan, this is Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. This is the night in which it is the commemoration of the descent of the greatest gift that God gave to humanity. This night is the commemoration, it is the memorial, it is the anniversary, it is the commemoration of the night which the greatest gift of God descended on this night and was given to humanity. That is Qur'an. This is the greatest gift that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to all of humanity. This is the book of Allah. This is the Qur'an Kareem. Allah Azza wa Jal says, "Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Qur'an." It is in this month of Ramadan that the Qur'an was revealed. What is the speciality of the Qur'an? And why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reveal it on the greatest night, Laylatul Qadr, which is equal to 1,000 months in reward? 83 years of worship you will get if you do any act of worship on this night. This is how immense, this is how valuable and precious is this night of Laylatul Qadr. On this most precious night, which is equal to 1,000 months, upon the greatest of all messengers, Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the greatest city, al-Qura, Makkatul Mukarramah, the city that was visited by Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, the city that the earth from which Adam was created was taken from that earth. The place which was commanded by Allah, by one of His greatest messengers, Ibrahim and Ismail, to inhabit that place and to build his house. In the greatest city, it was the descent. On the greatest heart, it came down. In the greatest night, it came down. And on the greatest prophet, it descended. On the most purest of hearts, the heart of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And what was that? With the greatest angel, Ruhul Amin, Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, the greatest angel, brought the greatest book in the greatest city, on the greatest night, on the greatest prophet. Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Why? What is this? Because the greatest gift to humanity is guidance. If you are lost in a jungle, if you are lost in a forest, you don't know where you're going, and it's sunset, and you have no provisions, and you don't know where you're going, and you're completely confused. What do I do? And it's almost dark. What is the greatest thing that can be given to you at that time when you are lost in the middle of a jungle, completely somewhere you don't know where you are? Imagine when your phone is dead and you're driving and you're in the middle of nowhere, no lights, no nothing, you don't know where you are. What's the greatest gift that can be given to this person? The greatest gift: guidance, a way out. The greatest gift that Allah then gave to humanity, لِيُخْرِجَهُم مِّنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ, that He took human beings out of the darkness of ignorance and being lost into the light of guidance, which is the Qur'an. This is the greatest gift to humanity, guidance. And that is why no prayer of ours is valid without Surah Al-Fatiha. What is Surah Al-Fatiha? What do we recite? La salata illa bi fatihatil kitab. There is no prayer that is valid without Surah Fatiha. What's in Surah Fatiha? In every single Surah Fatiha we say, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. Oh Allah, guide us. Because guidance is the greatest blessing of Allah to humanity. And this Qur'an is pure guidance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Qur'an. This month of Ramadan, in it was the Qur'an revealed. What is this? So what's the big deal? Hudan lin-nas. Hudan lin-nas. It is a guidance for humanity. وَبَيِّنَاتٍ مِّنَ الْهُدَى وَالْفُرْقَانِ. And is a clarification of all things. My dear brothers and sisters, on this Mubarak night, this is a ritual. This is our tradition. Every 27th, we get together. Everybody gets together. It is a very joyous occasion. It is a very happy occasion. We completed the Qur'an. But what does this mean? Is this Qur'an that we stood with, do we know the meaning of it? If you want to know your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, look at your connection with the Qur'an. What is your connection with the book of Allah? I will tell you one short incident that changed my life. I was in college. This was my first year in college. And a middle-aged gentleman, Caucasian, non-Muslim, he walks up to me. I had my kufi, so he recognized. He said, you must be a Muslim. I said, yes. He said, can I ask you a favor? He said, I read the, and this is his exact words. This was 1997. You can imagine, how long ago was that? I still remember it. This was a changing point in my life. This man said to me, you're a Muslim, can I ask you a favor? And this is his exact words. I read the Qur'an from cover to cover. Look at his words. He said, and I had a couple of questions. He said, I read the Bible and I read the Torah. I'm actually Jewish by faith. He said, I read the Bible, I read the Torah, and I said, I want to read the Qur'an. So I read the Qur'an cover to cover. So obviously you're a Muslim and you've read the Qur'an. There's some discussions and some questions I had. I was wondering if you had some time that you can answer some of my questions. And he told me, well, obviously you're a Muslim, you've read the Qur'an. And in my mind, I'm like, obviously I have not read it. In my own mind, because I hadn't read it. This non-Muslim is coming to me. He sees a Muslim, he approaches me, and he read the Qur'an cover to cover. And then he comes up to me and he says, well, obviously you read the Qur'an, so I just like to just ask a few questions. You know what I did? I said, here's the number of an Imam, Khuda Hafiz, Assalamu alaikum. I didn't say Assalamu alaikum, so I just, God be with you. That night I couldn't sleep the entire night. I felt so guilty. And I felt so bad. I said, here is a non-Muslim who doesn't believe in the Qur'an, and he doesn't believe in Islam, and he doesn't believe in Allah. He believes in whatever, I don't even know if he believes anything. But obviously he must have been searching. Obviously he must have been, thirsty. And he comes to a Muslim and he asks, obviously you have read the Qur'an. And what did I say as a Muslim? I made an excuse and I got out of it. But that night, that was a changing point in my life. I said, here is a non-Muslim who's been so affected by the book of Allah that he's interested. He wants to learn. He wants to go to the next level. And me as a Muslim, I have not read my book. Brothers and sisters, this condition that I felt, how many of us are in this position? That was a blessing for me, that it opened up my eyes. Later on in my life, I went to go study, and then, if it wasn't for that, I would have never opened the book. But remember this, that your connection with the book of Allah is your connection with Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold on to the rope of Allah. What is the rope of Allah? It is the Qur'an. If you want to know your connection with the book, with Allah, look at your connection with the Qur'an. Alhamdulillah, it is a very auspicious moment that when the Khatm happens, the angels, 70,000 angels, they say Ameen to the du'as. 70,000 angels. This is the ajr and this is the barakah. But what about the hidayah? What about the guidance? Imagine that if people, they read the map, they're reading and reading, and they said, oh, we finished reading the map, let's have a celebration. Okay, but where is the map taking us? Imagine everybody gets together around the map, and they're in the jungle, And they said, oh, this is such a beautiful map. Let's read this map. And everybody reads it. Yay, we made Khatm of this map. Let's all have a celebration. And they're still sitting there in the forest. And they haven't found their way out. So my dear brothers and sisters, this forest, the forest that we're lost in, is the life of this world. That map that we have is the Qur'an. And not only that, Allah Ta'ala gave us the park ranger that will guide us. He says, here's your map, and just follow the guide. The guides are our prophets. Alayhimus salam. So what, brothers and sisters, the question we have to ask, that this 27 nights past of this Mubarak month, what promises are we going to make? What commitments are we going to make now? Is this going to be like another Ramadan that passes and we're occasional worshippers, ritual worshippers? That it's occasion, that when that night comes, oh, let's be festive and happy, and it's something wonderful, without a doubt. But what does this ask of us now? Two things, brothers and sisters, I ask from myself and from everyone. After this night, and after this Ramadan, make an intention that I am going to read the Qur'an from cover to cover till the next Ramadan. Will everybody make this intention? Whatever is your language, English, Pashto, Farsi, Urdu, whatever your language might be, find the Qur'an, read the Qur'an. And if you don't want to read, and if you cannot read, every Thursday night here we have a dars of Qur'an, so I will read for you. You don't want to read? You're too lazy to read? It's too intimidating to read? No problem. Come here and I read for you. We have reading services, Qur'an reading services for free. I know we do fundraisers over here, but that's for free. You can come and you listen and learn the Qur'an and connect yourself with the Qur'an. And the second thing, brothers and sisters, the masjid is our anchor. The masjid is our anchor. After the month of Ramadan, don't abandon the masjid. Have a routine that every morning and evening, every day I will visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make a habit of it. Just like a ship, if a ship, you don't anchor it, and if a ship, you don't tie it to the dock, what happens to the ship when you don't tie it with the rope to the dock? That ship eventually, slowly starts drifting away into the sea. This has happened to a lot of us. We've drifted away from our faith. We've drifted away from Islam. You know why? Because we don't have a port. And we're not tied. You need to tie your anchor. You need to throw your anchor down. Your anchor is the Qur'an. It will not allow your ship to float away. Otherwise, if you don't tie it to the masjid is something that keeps the ship close to the shore. No matter how far you go, the masjid will quickly bring you back. It will bring you back to hidayat. Look at these words that we're learning every time that you come to a masjid, especially a masjid that has programs, that has tafsir, that has hadith, that has teachings. Every night here in this hadith, in this masjid, we have a dars of hadith. We have a word of wisdom. Every Thursday night there is a program. It's not only this masjid, mashallah, a lot of other masajid around this locality. Make the masjid your anchor, my dear brothers and sisters. Otherwise, what's going to happen? Your ship in the life of this world is going to float away. Like many of our brothers and sisters have floated away. And they've drowned in the ocean. Why? Because they've gone so far away. Brothers and sisters, this is where you find the qualified people who speak about Islam, not on YouTube. YouTube Islam is going to give you all types of things. It's going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly. It's going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly. But go to those places where the people are qualified that will teach Islam. And this is important. You're going to learn the Qur'an. Learn the Qur'an from the people of the Qur'an. Learn the Qur'an from the people that have sanad, from a chain, an unbroken chain that takes them to the Prophet ﷺ himself. Don't take the Qur'an from somebody who doesn't even know Arabic. Don't learn the Qur'an from somebody who hasn't sat in front of a teacher. Don't learn the Qur'an from somebody who does not even have a degree in Qur'an or in the language of the Qur'an. Why are we doing this to ourselves? This is why many people have lost their faith. They've gone off into the ocean and they've drowned. Because they're not anchored. And they haven't tied their rope to that port. So my dear brothers and sisters, this is, what does this night demand of us that is such a blessed night? Why did Allah make it such a great night? Think about that. Because this is the hidayah from humanity. Brothers and sisters, I have seen people, prisoners. We are connected with people that were chaplains in the prisons, San Quentin prison, and other prisons, Folsom and San Quentin, and all these different prisons. We have seen murderers and gangsters and people who are hard-lying criminals. They opened up this Qur'an and they read it and they changed their lives. What's wrong with Muslims that we don't want to open up this Qur'an? We've seen criminals, murderers, gangsters. They're in the jail, they pick up the Qur'an, they read it, and they change their life and they become Muslim. What has happened to us that is not changing us? What's going on with Muslims? That non-Muslims are accepting this faith and Muslims are leaving this faith is because when you don't value the gift that Allah gave you, Allah will give it to someone else. Understand this very well. When you don't value this gift that Allah gave you, this gift of guidance, it's like you have the water and everybody's dying of thirst. You don't want to drink it and you don't want to give it to someone else. Let's not be those people, my dear brothers and sisters. Let's make this Ramadan a commitment. Let's make this night a commitment that we are inshallah going to connect with the book of Allah. Will we do that? We're going to make an intention. We're going to connect ourselves to the house of Allah. Brothers and sisters, every Muslim must have an affiliation to a masjid. Whatever masjid it might be. And go and attend those programs in those masajid. Wherever it might be, close to your home or far from your home, or wherever you feel that your iman is increasing in this place. That place where you see that your knowledge is increasing, your iman is increasing, and you're getting closer to Allah and Rasul. Go to that masjid, learn, and keep yourself tied to that port, to that dock. Do you know why? Because the winds and the storms are coming. There's a lot of winds, and there's a lot of storms, and the ocean is going to get more stormier, and it's going to get more windier, and the waves are going to get higher. The waves are going to get higher, and the weather is going to get stormier. And if you're not tied to the dock, then your ship is going to get crushed in the waves of the sea. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect every single one of us. May Allah on this Mubarak night, which is the night of the commemoration of the greatest gift of Allah to humanity, may Allah connect us to this gift. May Allah connect us that He gives us the practice of this Qur'an. And gives us the nur and the light of this Qur'an in our hearts. And Allah gives us tawfiq to dedicate our lives to it. Inshallah, we'll make the dua. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم لك الحمد حمدا خالدا مع خلودك، ولك الحمد حمدا لا يريد قائله إلا رضاك، ولك الحمد حمدا عند كل طرفة عين وتنفس كل نفس. اللهم لك الحمد للإيمان، ولك الحمد للإسلام، ولك الحمد للقرآن. اللهم يا ربنا لك الحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك ولعظيم سلطانك. اللهم صل على سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا ومولانا محمد صلاة تنجينا بها من جميع الأهوال والآفات، وتقضي لنا بها جميع الحاجات، وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات، وترفعنا بها عندك أعلى الدرجات، وتبلغنا بها أقصى الغايات من جميع الخيرات في الحياة وبعد الممات، إنك على كل شيء قدير. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به، واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا، أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم إنا عبيدك بنو عبيدك بنو إمائك، نواصينا بيدك، ماض فينا حكمك، عدل فينا قضاؤك. نسألك بكل اسم هو لك سميت به نفسك أو أنزلته في كتابك أو علمته أحدا من خلقك أو استأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك. اللهم اجعل القرآن العظيم ربيع قلوبنا ونور صدورنا وجلاء أحزاننا وذهاب همومنا وغمومنا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم ربنا يا ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم، واهدنا ووفقنا إلى الحق وإلى صراط مستقيم ببركة القرآن العظيم. اللهم تقبل منا هذا الختم القرآن العظيم. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا هذا الختم القرآن العظيم. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا هذا الختم القرآن العظيم. اللهم اهدنا ووفقنا إلى الحق وإلى طريق مستقيم ببركة القرآن العظيم وبحرمة من أرسلته رحمة للعالمين. واعف عنا يا كريم، واعف عنا يا رحيم، واغفر لنا ذنوبنا بفضلك وكرمك يا أكرم الأكرمين. اللهم زينا بزينة القرآن، وأكرمنا بكرامة القرآن، وشرفنا بشرافة القرآن، وألبسنا بخلعة القرآن، وأدخلنا الجنة بشفاعة القرآن، وأدخلنا الجنة بشفاعة القرآن، وأدخلنا الجنة بشفاعة القرآن، وعافنا من كل بلاء الدنيا وعذاب الآخرة بحرمة القرآن. اللهم اجعل القرآن لنا في الدنيا قرينا، وفي القبر مونسا، وفي القيامة شفيعا، وعلى الصراط نورا، وفي الجنة رفيقا، ومن النار سترا وحجابا. اللهم اجعل القرآن لنا في الدنيا قرينا، وفي القبر مونسا، وفي القيامة شفيعا، وعلى الصراط نورا، وفي الجنة رفيقا، ومن النار سترا وحجابا، وإلى الخيرات كلها دليلا وإماما بفضلك وجودك وكرمك يا كريم. اللهم اهدنا بهداية القرآن، اللهم اهدنا بهداية القرآن، اللهم اهدنا بهداية القرآن، ونجنا من النيران بكرامة القرآن، ونجنا من النيران بكرامة القرآن، ونجنا من النيران بكرامة القرآن، وارفع درجاتنا بفضيلة القرآن، وارفع درجاتنا بفضيلة القرآن، وارفع درجاتنا بفضيلة القرآن، وكفر عنا سيئاتنا بتلاوة القرآن يا ذا الفضل والإحسان. اللهم طهر قلوبنا واستر عيوبنا واشف مرضانا واشف مرضانا واقض ديوننا وبيض وجوهنا وارفع درجاتنا وارحم آباءنا واغفر أمهاتنا وأصلح ديننا ودنيانا وشتت شمل أعدائنا واحفظ أهلنا وأموالنا وبلادنا من جميع الآفات والأمراض والبلاء، وثبت أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين بحرمة القرآن يا رحيم يا رحمن يا رحيم يا رحمن يا رحيم يا رحمن. اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معصيتك وبطاعتك عن معصيتك. اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معصيتك. اللهم ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. لا إله إلا الله الحليم الكريم. سبحان الله رب العرش العظيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين. نسألك موجبات رحمتك وعزائم مغفرتك والغنيمة من كل بر والسلامة من كل إثم والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار، والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار، والفوز بالجنة والنجاة من النار. اللهم لا تدع لنا في هذه الليلة الشريفة ذنبا إلا غفرته، اللهم لا تدع لنا في هذه الليلة الشريفة وفي مقامنا هذا ذنبا إلا غفرته، ولا هما إلا فرجته، ولا دينا إلا قضيته، ولا مبتلا إلا عافيته، ولا مريضا إلا شفيته، ولا ميتا إلا رحمته، ولا مجاهدا إلا نصرته، ولا شابا إلا أصلحته، ولا حاجة من حوائج الدنيا والآخرة هي لك رضا ولنا فيها صلاح إلا قضيتها ويسرتها يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم، ونعوذ بك من الشر كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. اللهم إنا نسألك العافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في ديننا ودنيانا وأهلنا ومالنا. اللهم استر عوراتنا وآمن روعاتنا. اللهم احفظنا من بين أيدينا ومن خلفنا وعن أيماننا وعن شمائلنا ومن فوقنا، ونعوذ بعظمتك أن نغتال من تحتنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمشايخنا ولمن له حق علينا، ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم واجعلنا منهم، واخذل من أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين خذلانا ولا تجعلنا معهم. اللهم انصر إخواننا وأخواتنا المستضعفين المظلومين في فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا وأخواتنا المستضعفين المظلومين في فلسطين. اللهم انصر إخواننا وأخواتنا المستضعفين المظلومين في فلسطين. اللهم أفرغ عليهم صبرا وثبت أقدامهم وانصرهم على القوم الكافرين. اللهم أفرغ عليهم صبرا وثبت أقدامهم وانصرهم على القوم الكافرين. اللهم أفرغ عليهم صبرا وثبت أقدامهم وانصرهم على القوم الكافرين. اللهم أنزل عليهم رحمتك وبركاتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. اللهم أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. اللهم أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أهلك أعداءك وأعداء المسلمين عاجلا غير آجل يا عزيز يا جبار يا منتقم يا قهار. اللهم يا منزل الكتاب ويا مجري السحاب ويا هازم الأحزاب اهزم أعداءك وأعداء المسلمين عاجلا غير آجل يا عزيز يا جبار يا منتقم يا قهار. اللهم شتت شملهم. اللهم مزق جمعهم. اللهم خالف بين كلمتهم. اللهم أنزل بهم بأسك الذي لا ترده عن القوم المجرمين. اللهم اغفر لنا ولوالدينا ولمشايخنا ولمن له حق علينا ولجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا. اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام، ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إنا نسألك من خير ما سألك منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, accept all of our du'as. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on this Mubarak and this blessed night, the night when your angels and your mercies are descending, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not deprive us of your mercies, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant us forgiveness, and grant forgiveness to our parents and our teachers and our loved ones, and grant forgiveness to all of those people who are here. Ya Allah, grant us your maghfirah, and oh Allah, grant us your ajr and your reward. Oh Allah, do not deprive us on this blessed night of your rewards. Give us the reward of the 1,000 months, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Give us the reward of your pleasure, which is greater than any reward, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ridaka wal jannah. Oh Allah, your pleasure and your rida and you being pleased with us is greater than any other ajr that we can have. Ya Allah, give us your rida on this blessed night. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ridaka wal jannah wa na'udhu bika min sakhatika wal nar. Oh Allah, we ask of you your rida. We ask of you to be pleased with us. Oh Allah, give us such lives that you are pleased with. Give us and bless us to do those actions that you are pleased with. Allow us to do those things that please you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. And oh Allah, give us tawfiq to stay away from those actions that displease you. Oh Allah, give us the tawfiq to stay away from those places that displease you and from those actions that displease you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma inna nas'aluka mujibati rahmatik wa azaima maghfiratik. ونسألك شكر نعمتك وحسن عبادتك ونسألك قلبا سليما ولسانا صادقا ونسألك من خير ما تعلم ونعوذ بك من شر ما تعلم ونستغفرك لما تعلم إنك أنت علام الغيوب. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of the brothers and sisters who are here and who have requested us to make dua for them, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, include them in all of these duas that we have made. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless our parents and bless our mothers and fathers. Oh Allah, have mercy upon them just as they had mercy upon us when we were children. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless our teachers, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Bless them for teaching us and having patience with us, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and grant them the best of this life and the hereafter, and protect them from all the harms of this life and the hereafter. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, anyone who is going through any difficulties in life, anyone who is going through any trials and struggles in life, oh Allah, you make their trials and struggles easy. You remove their obstacles from their lives, Ya Rabbil Alameen. And oh Allah, give them ease and give them comfort, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give them happiness and give them peace in their lives, Ya Allah. And all of those people, Ya Rabbil Alameen, anywhere around the world that are suffering, especially our brothers and sisters in Gaza, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, shower your mercy and blessing upon them. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, protect them from the hand of the zalim. Oh Allah, defer and take away and avert the oppressors from them, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah, they have nobody else but you. Oh Allah, you be their assistant. Oh Allah, kullahum nasiran wa mu'ina. Allahumma anta kun nasiran lahum wa mu'ina. Oh Allah, you be their aid, you be their helper, you be their assistant, Ya Allah. Assist them with your mercy. Oh Allah, assist them with your angels. Oh Allah, assist them with your blessings, Ya Allah. And oh Allah, avert and take away the enemies and the oppressors from them, Ya Allah. Destroy the oppressors and all those, Ya Rabbil Alameen, that want to harm these innocent men, women and children, and all of the men, women and children that are suffering around the world, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Remove the hand of the oppressor from them and protect them and guide them and give them assistance, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and bring an end to this war, Ya Allah. Bring an end to this conflict, Ya Allah. Bring peace around the world, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Protect the Muslims around the world and the masajid and the marakiz and the centers of Islam and the Muslims around the world, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah, this is your deen. Nobody can harm your deen. Oh Allah, al-Islamu ya'lu wa la yu'la alayh. Islam will prevail and nothing can prevail over Islam, Ya Rabb. Oh Allah, let this Islam prevail sooner, Ya Allah. Ajilan ghayra ajilin, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma ajil فرجك يا الله. اللهم عجل فرجك يا الله. اللهم عجل نصرتك يا الله. اللهم عجل نصرتك يا الله. اللهم عجل بتأييدك ونصرتك يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, quickly send your aid upon the Muslims, Ya Rabb al-Alameen, and bring an end to this conflict and remove the enemies and their evil plots and ploys, Ya Rabb al-Alameen, from the ummah. Allahumma arham ummata Sayyidina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma aghfir ummata Sayyidina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa وسلم. اللهم تجاوز عن أمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم أيد أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم اغفر لأمة سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم وفق أمة محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم لما تحب وترضى يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of those people who are sick, all of those people who are in the hospitals, all of those people that are struggling with difficulties in their health, Ya Allah, give them complete shifa, Ya Allah, wherever they are. Oh Allah, if they are in the hospitals, Ya Allah, give them quick recovery, give them quick shifa. Oh Allah, anyone who is going through any sickness and illness, Ya Allah, to the shifa of the Qur'an. وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Oh Allah, to the barakah and to the shifa of the Qur'an, give them shifa. Oh Allah, we have made khatm of this shifa. Oh Allah, give shifa to the sicknesses of our hearts. Give shifa to the sicknesses of our bodies. Give shifa to the sicknesses of our minds. Give shifa to the sicknesses that we have in our souls, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahumma shfi mardana wa marda al-muslimin. Allahumma shfi mardana wa marda al-muslimin. Allahumma shfi mardana wa marda al-muslimin. Allahumma adhhib al-ba'sa rabb al-nas. Washfi anta al-shafi. La shifaa illa shifa'uk. Shifa'an la yughadiru saqama. And oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of our loved ones who have passed away, all of those who passed away from our relatives and our loved ones, and those who recently passed away in this blessed month of Ramadan, of our relatives and loved ones, Ya Allah, grant them maghfirah and Jannah. Oh Allah, grant them the highest ranks in Jannah. Oh Allah, fill their graves with your light and nur. Oh Allah, fill their graves with the light and nur. Oh Allah, open a window of Jannah for them in the barzakh, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah, remove from them the punishment of the grave. Oh Allah, remove from them any taklif and any pain and any difficulties, Ya Rabbil Alameen, in that world, Ya Allah. And oh Allah Ta'ala, allow them to rest in peace, Ya Allah, till the day of judgment. And oh Allah, resurrect us on the day of judgment with your Habib and with your Prophet, with your Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant us the shafa'at of your Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah Ta'ala, grant us the shafa'at of your Habib sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, grant your Habib the highest and greatest maqam, and do not deprive us of the drinking from his hawd kawthar on that day, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, hasibna hisaban yasira. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give us an easy reckoning. Give us our books in our right hand on the day of judgment, Ya Allah. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, allow us to stand before you on that day in which you are pleased with us, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, do not embarrass on that day. يوم لا يخزي الله النبي والذين آمنوا معه نورهم يسعى بين أيديهم وبأيمانهم بشراكم اليوم جنات. Oh Allah, on that day which you will not disgrace your Prophet and the believers that will be with him. Oh Allah, allow us to be with your Prophet on that day, and do not expose us to the disgrace of that day, and give us light on that day. Allahumma atmim lana nurana. Allahumma atmim lana nurana. Oh Allah, give us our light on that day. Give us our books in our right hand on that day, Ya Rabbil Alameen, and do not disgrace us on that day. وأدخلنا الجنة بغير حساب. وأدخلنا الجنة بغير حساب مع آبائنا وأمهاتنا وأساتذتنا وأولادنا يا رب العالمين. Allah, enter us into paradise with our parents and with our loved ones and with our children and with our teachers. Enter into that Jannah in which there will be no suffering and there will be no grief and there will be no death and there will only be happiness. Ya Allah, include us into that Jannah. Allahumma rzuqna al-jannata wa ma qarraba ilayha min qawlin wa amal wa na'udhu bika min al-nari wa ma qarraba ilayha min qawlin wa amal. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on this blessed night, you have promised that you will emancipate us and give us freedom from Jahannam and the hellfire. Oh Allah, a'tiq riqabana min al-nar. Oh Allah, free all of us and our families and our loved ones from the hellfire, Ya Allah. Allahumma a'tiq riqabana wa riqaba abaina wa ummahatina wa ikhwanina wa asatidatina wa mashayikhina wa akabirina min al-nar. Allahumma ajirna 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 min al-nar. Ya Aziz ya Ghaffar. Ya Aziz ya Ghaffar. Ya Rabb al-Alamin. Ya Akram al-Akramin. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-huda والتقى والعفاف والغنى ومن العمل ما ترضى. اللهم إنا نسألك حبك وحب من يحبك وحب عمل يقربنا إلى حبك. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, all of those that aided and assist your house Oh Allah, all of those who assist your house, oh Allah, you assist them. All of those who help your house and help your deen, oh Allah, you help them. Oh, all of those people that have contributed in any way, oh Allah, bless them in their lives, and bless them in their wealth, and bless them in their children, and bless them in all of the things that you have given them. Anyone who has contributed, even if it's a penny, Ya Allah, you multiply that according to your majesty, Ya Allah. Multiply their rewards eternally, perpetually till the day of judgment, Ya Allah, in such a way that it is innumerable, Ya Allah. All of the people that have contributed to your house and that have taken care of your house and that have volunteered to this blessed house, Ya Allah Ta'ala, you perpetually, eternally reward them with such a reward that cannot be counted, Ya Allah, with such a reward that cannot be fathomed, Ya Allah. Give them such a reward that is beyond measure and beyond imagination, Ya Rabbal Alameen. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inna kunna min al-zalimin. La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inna kunna min al-zalimin. Oh Allah, if we have made any mistakes in the recitation of this Qur'an, if we made any mistakes in the listening of this Qur'an, oh Allah, if we had any disrespect toward this Qur'an, and if we were walking away when this Qur'an was being recited, and we were talking while this Qur'an was being recited, Ya Allah, forgive us for our disrespect, Ya Allah. Oh Allah, do not take us into account by our mistakes, Ya Allah. And oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, do not deprive us of the blessings of every single letter of this Qur'an. Oh Allah, for every single letter, bless us in our lives, Ya Allah. For every letter of this Qur'an, Ya Allah, give us eternal ajrs and perpetual ajrs in Jannah, Ya Rabbil Alameen. ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on this Mubarak night, many people have requested us to make dua for them. Many mothers have requested us to make dua for them. Many fathers have requested us to make dua for them. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know the needs and you know the conditions of everyone, Ya Allah. You are aware of the ahwal of your slaves. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whatever desires and whatever aspirations anyone has, oh Allah, fulfill those permissible aspirations and desires on this blessed night and in this blessed moment. Oh Allah, anyone who is asking because they're going through any difficulties in life, anyone who's going through any parishani and worry and gham and difficulty and pain and hardship, Ya Allah, remove it from their lives, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Anyone amongst the brothers and sisters who is looking for a righteous spouse, oh Allah, grant them righteous spouse, Ya Rabbil Alameen. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين وجعلنا للمتقين إماما. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless our children. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless our parents. Oh Allah, our mothers who were so merciful to us and kind to us. Oh Allah, grant them the best of this life and the best of the hereafter. Oh Allah, our mothers who were so merciful to us. Oh Allah, you show your immense and eternal mercy to them in this life and the hereafter. Oh Allah, our mothers who were so good to us, Ya Allah, you grant them according to your mercy. Just as they were merciful to us, oh Allah, you show mercy to them. Allahumma, just as they showed mercy to us, oh Allah, you shower your mercies upon them. Oh Allah, bless our fathers. Oh Allah, bless our fathers that were there for us, who guided us, who taught us, who took care of us, who put a roof over our heads, and all of those who did kindness to us. Ya Allah, you grant them maghfirah on this night. You grant them your rahmah on this night. You grant them your blessings on this night. All of our teachers, Ya Rabbil Alameen, who taught us with sincerity, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you bless them on this Mubarak night. Anyone who has any wish, anyone who has any dua, anyone who has any worry, anyone who has anything in their heart, Ya Allah, to the barakah of the Qur'an, fulfill that on this Mubarak night. Fulfill those wishes in this Mubarak night. All of the people who have come in this masjid, Ya Allah, they have come to seek your blessings. They have come to seek your mercy. They have come to seek your forgiveness. Ya Allah, grant us your mercy. Allahumma inna nas'aluka mimma indak. Allahumma fi hadhihi al-laylati al-sharifati inna nas'aluka mimma indak wa afid alayna min fadlik وانشر علينا رحمتك وأنزل علينا من بركاتك. اللهم إنا نسألك مما عندك وأفض علينا من فضلك وانشر علينا رحمتك وأنزل علينا من بركاتك. اللهم إنا نسألك مما عندك وأفض علينا من فضلك وانشر علينا رحمتك وأنزل علينا من بركاتك. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, of all the things that we have asked, Oh Allah, give us that. And of all the things that we cannot think of, so many things there are. Oh Allah, you know what is best for us. Give us the best of this life and the hereafter. And oh Allah Ta'ala, protect us from all the harms of this life and the hereafter. And we make the dua that your Habib Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam made, that if we make this dua, we have asked of all of the good things that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has asked for. And when we make this dua, we have sought refuge from all of the evils that the Prophet has sought refuge from. Allahumma inna nas'aluka min khayri ma sa'alaka minhu nabiyyuka Muhammadun sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. ونعوذ بك من شر ما استعاذ منه نبيك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وأنت المستعان وعليك البلاغ ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. And oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless our huffaz. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, bless our qurra, bless our imams. Ya Allah, these huffaz and these qurra and these imams that go through so much difficulty to read the Qur'an and to prepare the Qur'an and to recite the Qur'an. Ya Allah, bless them, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah, elevate their ranks, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give them the highest ranks with your prophets and your messengers on the day of judgment. Oh Allah, make them under the shade of your arsh on that day. Oh Allah, they are the carriers of your book. Allow us to honor them. They are the carriers of your book. Ya Allah, allow them to be sincere with the recitation of the Qur'an and to be sincere with carrying this Qur'an, and allow them to die with this Qur'an, Ya Rabbil Alameen, on the day that they meet you, Ya Rabbil Alameen. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be pleased with their parents. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, guide us and guide all of our children, Ya Allah, those who have gone astray. Ya Allah, those of our family members and those of our loved ones and those of our friends that have gone astray, they have gone away from the path of Islam and Iman. Oh Allah, bring them back to the path of Islam and Iman. Oh Allah, bring them back to the path of the Qur'an. Oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, guide their hearts to return again and to make tawbah and return back, oh Allah, to Islam. Allahumma aslih lana dinana alladhi ismatu amrina, wa aslih lana dunyana allati fiha ma'ashuna, wa aslih lana akhiratana allati ilayha ma'aduna, wa ja'al al-hayata زيادة لنا في كل خير واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. اللهم ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، نستغفر الله، نسأل الله الجنة ونعوذ بالله من النار. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.